Welcome to Shree Magical Story. The Moonlight Forest is buried in shadow. The animals are panicked, and the pathways have been erased. The only light left in the entire woods comes from a faint silver glow spilling out of a tiny raccoon's satchel. This is Kael, and he is holding the secret that broke this world. Kael is a collector, driven by a deep appreciation for beautiful things. He spends his nights picking up shiny pebbles, bright feathers, and colorful berries. His driving impulse is wonder, not malice. If an object catches the light, he wants it in his bag. This instinct reached its limit when Kael climbed the ancient world tree. Hanging close to the highest branches was the moon. Up close, it was radiant and warm. Before Kael even registered the impulse, he reached out, grabbed the moon, and stuffed it into his satchel. The consequences were instantaneous. The sky went black. The sudden darkness was so absolute that Twiglet, a stick insect resting on a nearby branch, simply fell in a slow, straight line to the forest floor below, letting out a soft thud. A single impulsive action can collapse an entire ecosystem. By taking the light for himself, Kael inadvertently blinded everyone else. Without the moon, the forest's navigation systems fail. Deer stumble blindly off their usual paths. Rabbits wander lost in the brush. Even the fireflies find their tiny amber sparks are too small to fight the suffocating shadows. Up in the world tree, Kael tries to build a defense for himself. He tells himself that keeping one beautiful object is harmless, and that the forest will eventually find a way to fix itself. The joy of his possession is now at odds with the damage it creates. As the deer stumble and the fireflies exhaust themselves, Kael's rationalization collapses. The external reality of the forest's suffering becomes impossible to ignore, suffocating the joy of the stolen moon until it is replaced by dread. Guilt is the inescapable burden of watching others suffer for a secret you chose to keep. The Moonkeeper, an ancient white owl, descends onto the world tree with a final ultimatum. Either the moon is returned immediately, or the darkness becomes a permanent feature of the forest. The disorientation is already compounding. Down below, Twiglet walks directly into a dark bush, falls, climbs out, takes 3 steps, and falls back into the exact same bush. As Kael cowers in his tree hollow, frozen by the keeper's threat, we want to know what you would do in his place, so hit the subscribe button to see how he navigates this choice. A silver butterfly named Luna appears, offering a path through restorative justice. She explains that apologizing in private won't bring the light back. Only clear, honest action can repair a broken system. Kael is at a crossroads. The forest's survival depends less on why he took the moon, and more on whether he is willing to publicly return it. Kael realizes that putting the moon back means stepping into the light with the stolen object in his hands. He will have to expose his mistake and face the public cost of fixing it. Luna reframes the admission. She suggests that facing the truth in the open is a form of bravery that few ever manage. From the ground below, Twiglet calls up his support. His presence reminds Kael that even a difficult confession doesn't have to be made entirely alone. Restoration demands a total abandonment of self-preservation. You cannot fix a community while trying to hide your own role in its collapse. Kael begins a slow, visible walk toward the base of the world tree. The silver light from his satchel catches the reflective eyes of the animals he harmed, all watching him pass in silence. Standing before the Moonkeeper, Kael pulls out the glowing sphere. In a fractured voice, he admits he only thought of his own desire to keep something beautiful, and he apologizes for ignoring the needs of the forest. The Moonkeeper studies the tiny raccoon. Finally, the keeper accepts the apology, noting that looking someone in the eye and delivering a difficult truth requires more strength than any clever trick. The keeper takes the moon and carries it back into the sky. Instantly, the chaos reverses. Sweeping silver light floods the canopy, and the shadows dissolve as the forest's pathways reappear. A public confession dispels the weight of guilt. The pressure on Kael vanishes the moment the moon rises back to its rightful place. Kael now recognizes the line between his habits. Finding a pebble is collecting, but taking what belongs to everyone is stealing. He opens his satchel and leaves his treasures behind. Luna rewards this honesty with a single glowing star. It is a piece of light that belongs entirely to Kael, representing the quiet internal peace he earned by telling the truth. Honesty brings back what greed takes away. The forest's recovery shows that a difficult truth is the specific tool that mends what an impulse breaks. As the Moonlight Forest settles back into its rhythm, reflect on these 3 questions. Have you ever made a mistake and told the truth about it? If you were Kael, would you have kept the moon? And what is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen? Correcting a massive mistake may leave your pockets empty, but the courage to tell the truth leaves your character illuminated.